Telementers has tasted a lot of success with their first ever phone in the form of Eureka, and they followed it up with a lot of teasers and a lot of hype, and there was a lot of leaks as well. And finally, the yuphoriya has arrived. This is GK from techpp.com, and we'll be unboxing the yuphoriya and also giving out our first impressions. Let's go right ahead. This is customary again, very eco-friendly box. It's of very good quality again. It has the yuphoriya branding along with the U branding, and that's what it is. So let's open up to see the contents of the box. So we have the yuphoriya phone. And here we should have a booklet. Yeah. So we have a booklet, and we also have a screen protector that comes along with it. It's just one here. So it also says special features rather than the normal manual, highlighting the key features of the OS and the hardware. Good to see a colored booklet here, bare minimum, but still, it gives out some features. There is also the charging adapter, and this also has the U branding on this, and also an LED that will also tell you if it's charging or not. There's also the USB cable, and you can also use this for charging. And good to see there's a pair of earphones as well. So in terms of the quality, well, this is this mimics the Apple's earphone design, but it's of okay quality, nothing great, and we'll have to test this out to see what sort of quality this gives us, and we'll be doing that in our detailed review. For now, it's okay. So let's keep the things aside and have a look at the phone. So the yuphoriya is going to be a 5-inch screen phone with pixel size of 1280 x 720 and a pixel density of 294, and this comes with the Gorilla Glass protection, which is very good in this price range. And in terms of the overall aspects of the design, this is 8.25 mm in thickness and weighs 143 grams. So not so heavy, not so light, somewhere in between. It's the sweet spot, and it's actually feeling comfortable when I hold this. And let's take a look at the overall design aspects. It's got a 3-element design in terms of the buttons here, and the volume rocker and the power buttons are integrated, and the tactile feedback is just okay. The power button is pushed down a little lower than the volume buttons here, and overall across the periphery you have the steel rim, but not all across the device. At the top and at the bottom there is a cut that sort of gives it an awkward feeling. It abruptly cuts, but that's what it is. And on the top here you see the U logo, the U, and there's a 3.5 mm jack at the top, and also the USB port here. And at the back we have the 8 megapixel camera with a single LED flash. Just don't go by the special look and feel of this camera. There's nothing special about it. We've seen similar design in Nokia Lumia 920 and the 925. It's just to give it an appealing design, and the look is something what they've tried to do. So that is about the design. Now overall looks a decent build quality for the price. Let's power this up and see what we have. So in terms of the interiors, we have the back that can be removed. This actually is so thin, I literally get scared to open it if it's gonna break. We've seen thin plastic bags before, but this is as thin as it can get. You can literally break it if you were to bend it. So you have to be very careful with this. So this is powered by a 2230 mAh battery, and it supports the quick charge 1.0 feature, and this can charge from 0 to 65% in 45 minutes. That's the claim, and we'll have to test it out. This has the dual micro SIM slots, and that can take in 4G SIM, and it also has and the slot to add in extra memory, and it can take up to 32 gigs of external memory, whereas the internal memory is 16 gigabyte. And powering this up is a Snapdragon 410 processor, and which is a 64-bit processor as well, quad core, clocking at 1.2 gigahertz, and accompanying it is 2 gig RAM. And in terms of the OS, this is running on a Cyanogen OS 12, and that is built off Android Lollipop, and this is exclusively customized for the yuphoriya, and this has the app themer support as well. So that is in terms of the OS. So this looks very similar to the one that we've seen on the Eureka, bright, oversaturated icons. And we also have the theme store, and hopefully we should be seeing a lot of options. So we'll have a look at that later. We'll have to set up the Cyanogen OS, Cyanogen account and all that. But overall, this should perform smooth given the fact that it runs on Cyanogen. In terms of the camera, this is supposed to be a very good camera, and this is one of the only phones in this price range to support slow motion video capture, and it can also record full HD as well. And the front shooter is in the form of 5 megapixel camera. And one of the good things that you has done with this yuphoriya is it's brought in sensors of lots. You know, we had the compass that was missing in the Eureka, but this one will have the compass support along with the accelerometer and the gyroscope. So that's another good thing to see. And in terms of other connectivity, this has the Bluetooth 4.0 support, and the Wi-Fi, the GPS and so on. So the display, it looks good. The colors are being rendered bright, and it also comes from the fact that the icons are bright. Looks to be a highly reflective surface. Of course, we'll have to test this out in the sunlight and see how the display comes out. So and this is the only phone in this price range again to have the Gorilla Glass support, and those are the key aspects of this phone. So that was about the display, and you can also notice one thing that is different. There are no capacitive buttons. The buttons are moved on screen, and this is very good to see, because usually what used to happen was you're trying to bring down the cost of the device. You just provide the buttons, but then they don't have the backlit. That causes inconvenience when you're using the device in low light or night conditions. So that is very good to see here. You don't have to manually go enable the on-screen navigation buttons through the software. So overall, this looks very good, and what more, that is not it. This also has the Wolfson chipset that brings in enhanced audio support, similar to the one that the Lenovo phones have in the form of the Dolby support. So that is an interesting thing. We'll test that out as well. So the price is 6,999 INR, which is a bang for the buck when you consider the specifications that this has. If you look at the other options, we have the Lenovo A6000 Plus that comes at 7,499, and we have the Redmi 2 which comes at the same price, 6,999, but it has just 1 GB RAM and 8 GB internal memory, but has a very great camera that we've seen. We'll actually test the camera out here as well in comparison to the Redmi 2. And we also have the good old Moto E 2nd generation, and they also brought in the one with the 4G variant, and that costs 7,999. So overall, if you compare just the specs and the price, this comes out as a winner or a preferred choice. But we'll be back with a detailed review, and we'll tell you which of the phones makes more sense for the price range of 6,000, 7,000 for you to pick up. Until next time, this is GK from techbaby.com signing off. Bye-bye.